What's up, fam? My name is Coach Justin from Box Union over here in Los Angeles, California. Super happy to have you guys here. Now listen, today what we are going to be doing is we are going to start putting some punches together, throwing simple combinations. Now, if you checked out the video from my colleague, Coach Lonnie, she went through all the punches 1 through 6. So today what we are going to do is we're going to start putting some of those pieces together so you can start learning a little bit of combination punches. And of course, we're going to be using our egg weights today. And these are so great, especially when we're shadowboxing, to help develop some of those muscles for strength, for speed, kind of the whole nine. And so we're going to use these throughout the whole class. I like to err on the side of lighter weight if you can, especially while you guys are building your technique. Now, once your technique gets there, you can start to elevate that weight a little bit, but in boxing, we don't really need heavy weights, which makes these egg weights just perfect since they fit in the palm of your hand. Now, the first thing that we are going to cover today is we are going to just start practicing moving with the jab. So what does that mean? I'll give you a quick example of what it means to move with the jab. Now, first things first is we're going to start moving forward with the jab. Just practicing moving in behind the jab. Now, the jab is one of the most important punches in our arsenal. It's the way that we move in to our opponent's space by giving them something to look at without just walking straight in. So we put that jab in their face, but you have to do it correctly. You have to make sure your hands, your feet are in the proper space. So we'll go through that. We'll also practice going backwards a little bit. Then we're going to practice moving 1s and 2s, forward and backward. We're going to practice putting our 3s and 4s together, 2 of my favorite punches, those hooks. 5s and 6s, the same thing, right? Then we're going to practice a little bit of a combo, which is a 1 slip, 1, 2, slip 2. We'll get good at that. And then for the last round, we'll go ahead and throw in some free work just so we can practice everything that we learned here. Now, let's start with the jab. First and foremost, let's cover the basics that maybe Coach Lonnie helped you guys out with. Remember, on your jab, first thing you want to do is shoot your lead hand straight down the pipe. And as I do that, I kind of push through my back foot. Now, typically, if we don't want to move forward, I'm going to step on that lead foot, I'm going to step it back. But today, we're going to practice by moving that foot forward and bringing that back foot with us. So every time I jab, I step in with both feet. Now, remember, if that front foot moves 3 inches, that back foot has to move the exact same 3 inches, right? So we're always nice and balanced. So let's practice a few of these together. Once we get to the end, you can turn around and keep moving forward. We're gonna work this for a couple of minutes, and then we'll practice going backwards. And I'm gonna keep doing it with you, and I'll guide you through it as we go. So go ahead and do it at your own rhythm, at your own pace. I just want you to start with the jab. Throw in a couple jabs out there. Now remember, I wanna keep my chin down. I want to keep my eyes up on my target at all times. Good. Once you get to the end of the space, go ahead and turn it around. And I want you to notice my shoulder really rotating through. Again, I'm pushing through my back foot. I'm stepping into my front foot. And every time I land that punch, I want to exhale nice and sharp. Good. Don't force the punch. Rotate the shoulder over and move forward behind it. Beautiful. Now, as you start to get comfortable, you can follow me in. I'm going to just start throwing maybe double jabs every now and then, and every time I want to move forward, I'm going to push through my back foot as I throw that jab. So check this out. Right, I jab, and maybe I double jab. Right, again, I'm pushing through that back foot. Jab. Again, if I want to move forward a couple more times, I double jab. I double push through that back foot. You can do this 3 times if you want to. Every time I'm pushing through that back foot, I'm stepping onto that lead foot. Let's take another 30 seconds or so. Let's keep working this, just forward and back. Every time I land, I breathe. Good, just working with me. Good, remember, we're in the dojo today. So I want you to just make sure you're focused in this moment. Make sure you're focused on each punch, really elevating your game today. Right, again, focusing on every element of the punch. I'm pushing through the back foot. I'm breathing nice and sharp. Every time I land the punch. Again, keeping my eyes focused on the target. Good, I'm moving my head in between. And I'm moving through. Beautiful. How are you guys feeling about that? Now, it's good to move forward, but sometimes you have to be able to throw that jab moving backwards. So now, same thing applies, except in the opposite direction, of course. When I throw my jab, when I want to move backward now, I'm going to step with the back foot first. So, right, basic principles. If I'm moving back, I step with the back foot. If I'm moving forward, lead foot takes me there. So now, as I jab, I push through that lead foot and bring it back in. My hand and my foot come in together. Right? And again, nice sharp breathing every time I land. Again, let's turn it around. Of course, once you reach the end of your space, if your space is a little bit bigger, go ahead and go a little bit further. But again, every time I go, nice and easy. Good. Take your time with these. Go at your own pace. My old coach used to tell me, if we can't do it slow, we can't do it fast, right? So make sure you practice at a good pace, feel comfortable with the technique, and then once you start to get a little more comfortable, then you push your pace a little bit. Beautiful. Couple more here. Nice. Just keep turning around as you get to the end of your space. And then, of course, you know we have to put them together, going forward and back. Right? Again. And same thing. If I want to double it up, pushing through that lead foot twice. Right? Again. Good. Let's get one more going back, and then let's practice both moving forward and back, right? Good. One more time back down. Want to make sure I don't slide off this podium for you guys. All right, now real quick. We're going to go moving forward, and again, take your time. You don't have to go at the same speed as me. Right now, you are practicing your fundamentals. So move forward as far as you can in your space. And as soon as you're ready and you've reached the end of your space, let's move it backward. Right? We'll just take a minute or so doing this. Let's just have some fun. Again, work your basics. Good. As soon as you're ready, go ahead and get started. Good. Really using the egg weights to maximize the rotation in your hand. And also practicing keeping that other hand up. I love working the egg weights there. Because once you take those egg weights out, it's easy to keep that other hand up. Protect yourself at all times, right? Again, as you start to develop a little bit more technique, then start to pick up the pace a little bit. Now, one quick disclaimer, I guess I should say a little side note. Make sure that you're not feeling these jabs in your elbow. A lot of times what I get are clients or fighters that are extending from their elbow, almost like they're hitting a hammer down. You want to make sure you're rotating through the shoulder. The last place you feel your jab should be your shoulder every time you land that punch. Right? You don't want to get tennis elbow. Trust me, that's a long, long recovery time. Good. Couple more. Good. Keep working it. Good. How you guys feeling? Beautiful. Looking great, looking sharp. Now, listen, we're going to put those ones and twos together. Now, we know that when we step in on the jab, we got to step with that lead foot. Now, we know that when we throw a two, we should be driving through the back foot usually. But if we're moving in, we don't want to leave that back foot there. So we're going to push through that back foot, but we're going to move it up the same 2, 3, or 4 inches we stepped in with the lead foot. So what that means is if I jab, and I take a 3-inch step, that back foot has to come the same 3-inch step. And you see, I've rotated my hips, I've rotated my back foot, and my shoulders have rotated as well. I'm not still in my linear stance, or what we call the blade. I'm now rotated through my shoulders. So nice and easy. Let's just practice with the 1, 2, and then reset real quick. So what that looks like is 1, 2, reset. All right, just start there. 1, 2, reset. 1, 2, reset. Good. And take your time. 1, 2. Good. We're going to turn around. We're not going to go backwards yet. 1, 2. Good. Long and strong. One more. Beautiful. Let's turn it around. Again, same thing. Take your time. Remember, if you can't do it slow, you can't do it fast. Nice, sharp breathing. The more rotation, the more power, but it has to be controlled rotation, right? We don't want to just swing those arms. Tap, tap, right? They say precision beats power, right? If we can get there, we can win the exchange. Yes. Beautiful. All right, how are you guys feeling about that? Pretty simple, right? We step on the jab, we bring the back foot in or the rear foot in on the cross, right? You're two. So if you're left-handed, I try to use lead and rear just so it's not confusing for you guys. But now, let's move forward and then let's practice it backwards. So we have our 1-2. Ish, hish, ish, hish, 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 right? We've moved all the way forward. Now what do you think we do? Jab as the back foot goes. Ha. As we bring the lead foot in, 2. Right? And that's just where we're going to start. So it's 1-2. You see me pulling in that lead foot ha, as that 2 goes out. Ha, bring it back. I'm still rotating the back foot. Beautiful. Good. Let's go forward. Let's go back again. Nice and easy. 1-2, reset. Good. 1-2, reset. Good. At your pace. Keep rotating your thumbs down, using the egg weights, maximize every single punch, right? Good. Good. Good, again. Nice and easy. Good. Fighter, bounce it out for me. Are you guys still with me here? Good. So now we've figured out how to move in behind the jab. We've worked 1s and 2s, moving forward, moving backward. Now, I want to stick a little bit more basic here. We're going to go and discuss how to execute a 3 and a 4 or a 4 and a 3, which are your hooks. Now, I was going to do this with footwork. However, I think these are very hard punches to learn, especially if you're brand new to boxing. So I want to make sure that we're really covering the fundamentals before we add footwork to these 2 punches, right? So let's just talk about our basics. Now, the way that I like to teach this is I actually like to skip the 3 and go right into the 4 and go from the 4 into the 3. The reason I like doing that is because the 4 is a little bit more natural. It's our dominant hand. So usually we have an easier time throwing that 4. So again, when we throw our 4, a couple of things. I'm actually going to face the screen here. What I like to do is just bring the elbow up and around as I turn. Now, you can have the palm facing down. You can have the palm facing you. My purist, if you're a boxing purist, I understand you like that palm facing down. My MMA fighters, you might like that palm facing you. I've seen people get knocked out with both. It doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. But rotating through it, watch my weight transfer from my rear side to my lead leg and back. Let's get a few of these. And just right back. Right? And if you notice, I'm also taking a small step. Not very big, just something to open my hips up. I kind of open that lead leg up. Really small, just to kind of give me a little more rotation ability. Make sure your other hand, your lead hand, is up by your cheek. Good. Let's get 2 more of those. Beautiful. Now, we're going to throw the 3 from there. So let's throw the 4 at the end of the 4 before you bring it home. Hold it. Boom. Just right here. I just want you to hold. Now, a couple of things you should notice. My back foot, I'm on the ball of the back foot. I'm rotated. Most of my weight is on my lead leg. I still have some on the back foot. You need to be driving from there. Boom. And then from here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my weight to my back heel, open it up, kind of like I was doing with the lead leg when I threw that 4. Here, now I can open my hips up, rotate off the front foot, and bring that lead hook around. Elbow follows the hand right to the target, and then I'm back in my stance. So we're gonna go slow with this, and just on my call, 4-3. So what it looks like is when I say go, you'll give me a 4-3. When I say go, 4-3. You ready for it? Good. And go. Ish, ish. Nice sharp breathing, right? And go. Hish, hish. A couple of the things you want to try to avoid, these big rounding swings here. We don't want to drop our hands from our face. We want to go right from our cheekbone, ish, right to the target, ish, back to your stance, right? Always getting your hands back in position. Make sure your feet are in that heel-toe alignment. Ish, ish. Good, nice and easy. Just work these here. Ish, ish. Good, I'm just going right across my opponent. If you notice, beautiful. If you notice, my weight's going to my lead side, to my rear side. Hish, hish. Let's get a couple more of these. Again. Hish, hish. Good. Just stay in your zone here. Nice sharp breathing, chin down, eyes are up on the punches. Hish, hish. Feel your weight transferring right to left with each punch. Hish, hish. Beautiful work. Good, 2 more. Hish, hish. Very nice. Last one here. Hish, hish. Beautiful work. Good. Shake it out. Fighter bounce it out. You guys still with me? Let's go into our 5s and 6s. Very similar to our 3s and 4s. We're gonna start with the 6 again because it's a dominant side, right? So on your 6, same principles apply. I really drive through my back foot. I rotate my hips, get my weight over my lead leg, right? And you notice that elbow's coming right off the body. On that 6, we're either going to the body or we're going to the chin. Either way, I wanna keep that elbow close as I go into the target. Here, boom. Then when I throw my 5, I just drop the weight back a little bit, boom. Elbow is still kind of aiming straight down into the floor. Because I'm going right for that chin. If they're up right here in their defense, I'm gonna go under, boom. Right, so bang, bang. Good, let's get a few. Bang, bang. Oh, I just happen to be going to the music, what do you know? Good, bang, bang. So box union. Hey, hey, very nice. Bang, bang, beautiful work. Bang, bang. Feel your weight, right? Transferring right to left. Keep it going here. Elbows tight up to the body. Nice sharp breath as you land each punch. Hush, hush. Sharper the breathing, sharper the punching. Beautiful. Let's fighter bounce that out. Now, the last thing I really want to finish with is I want to build a simple combination for you that will help you work not only your straight punches, your combination punching, but also some defensive maneuvers in there. So we're gonna start with the jab. On the jab, we're gonna slip to our lead side. Then we're gonna come back with another 1-2. Jab, cross. We're gonna slip to our dominant side, which for me is my right hand. And then I'm gonna come back with the 2 to finish it off. So it's 1 slip, 1, 2, slip 2. That's it. Most important on your slips, imagine if there was a pole here or a punch coming straight down the center. I have to move my head to the side of that. Not too far, right over my lead leg. Let's go slow, 1 piece at a time. So I'm gonna say jab, I'm gonna say slip. Now you should be over the lead leg. When I say 1, 2, make sure you center your body up. 1, 2, hish, hish, right? Then we're gonna go slip 2, back towards your dominant side. Hish, hish, good, and shake it back out. Again, let's go 1 piece at a time. Jab, ish. Slip, ish. 1, 2, hish, hish. Slip 2, hish, hish. Beautiful. Let's get 1 more of those and then we're gonna go at full speed for the full round. And that's where we'll finish. Again, jab, hish. Slip, hish. 1, 2, hish, hish. Slip, 2. Beautiful. All right, let's go all the way through it. 1 slip, 1, 2, slip 2. Start slow, build as we go. You ready for it? Good. At your pace, let's just start to work it. 1 slip, 1, 2, slip 2. And then move. Try to stay light on your toes. Remember, you have weights in your hand. If you don't know the technique, you will injure yourself. Start slow. Use these as a tool to help your speed, to help your defense right now. But most importantly, make sure you are balanced here. After each punch, each movement, the question that I'm asking myself is, can I throw offense again? And can I defend myself? If I'm off balance, I can't do any of the above. Let's start to pick up the pace a little bit. Beautiful. And I'm breathing through that whole sequence. All right, again. Good. Always keeping your eyes focused on your target. When I get my first timers, a lot of times their eyes are everywhere. So their punches are everywhere. Imagine the opponent in front of you. Beautiful. See, I'm focused. We're dialed in. What I like to tell my fighters is, whatever's in front of you is dangerous. Never take your eyes off of it. All right? Good. We're almost there. We got about 2 minutes here, and then we're just going to free work it out. Just have some fun with some of the things we did. Beautiful work. Good. Let's get 2 more of these. staying balanced, right? Beautiful, shake it out. How you doing? Listen, we got about a minute. Can we just free work it out for the last minute? Let's work on maybe moving our feet, putting some punches together. Let's have some fun. Last 60 seconds here. Let's work. Good. Now remember, if one of my feet move 3 inches, then the other foot has to move the same 3 inches. All right, we're just working some of the things we worked. And we worked a lot today. Maybe you're throwing your 3s and 4s. Maybe you're throwing your 5s and 6s. Maybe you're moving in behind that double jab. Maybe you're moving back. They're approaching. You got to keep them off you. I want to move in with the 1-2. The 5-6 movement is the exact same. So is the 3-4. So if you want to start to elevate, go ahead and do that. Good. Beautiful work. Almost there. Start to pick it up. We got about 15 seconds here. Good, working some of that head movement. Nice and easy. Bounce it out, fam. How are you guys doing? Beautiful work. Listen, we covered a lot in the last few minutes. So make sure that you feel free to rewind this video, go through the techniques, play with them over and over again. Remember, repetition is the mother of all skill. So don't be afraid of the process. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep using your egg weights to help develop the sharpness of your punches, the conditioning of your arms. And other than that, listen, I hope you guys have a great, great rest of your day. I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.